What's good, chat? This video has been long overdue cause, as my absences pile up, so do the reveals in One Piece. But about 10 chapters ago, as of recording this video, we had the reveal that the world was going to sink into the sea. Now I'm gonna be honest, when I initially read this, I didn't think much of it.
Yesterday,
I honestly expected the big reveal to be Emu's identity. So low-key, it felt a little underwhelming. And because I am in fact a lobotomized donkey, I even went as far as to think, damn, that was kinda out of nowhere. I couldn't think of any foreshadowing that Oda sprinkled throughout the show. Or you know what, I couldn't even think of something in the show that would lead me to believe that anyone knew that this was gonna happen. Even in the show, you know what I mean? But I was so wrong. So painfully wrong. Now I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not really in touch with the One Piece community, so I don't know if I'm tardy to the party right now by making this video, but I have found so many insane connections that makes me feel stupid for not realizing that the world was going to sink into the sea sooner. Now before I get into my reasonings, I am trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. If y'all enjoy my content, remember to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, my first reason is Roger starting the new generation. Vegapunk had mentioned that other than the world nobles, the only people who knew the truth of this world were the Roger pirates. Now, you can say that I'm reaching, but you can really argue that Roger started the pirate era to teach people how to live on the sea, cause he knew that the world was going to sink soon. Again, I know I'm reaching, but I scoured all corners of my brain and Reddit to make connections here. I promise as we go, they'll get more and more solid. Okay, second reason, once again, this isn't foreshadowing, but just further proof that the Roger pirates always knew. After retiring being a pirate, Rayleigh decided to become a ship coater. Or coder, I don't know, man. Cause once again, he knew that a day would come where they would need to live underwater. Second reason ties in with the third reason, Crocus living inside a whale. Again, not foreshadowing, but the fact that he had this ending planned from all the way back in Laboon's arc is just so beautiful. And it's a refreshing change from other mangakas who don't plan out their stories. Whether that's by making a final enemy that is too strong for the main cast or introducing gods to set up a sequel. Like this has been planned. Oda has been known that the world was going to sink. My fourth reason is fairly obvious, but Shanks definitely knew about the world sinking because I see no other reason for him to gather a crew with no devil fruit users. There was the initial theory that, devil fruit users get sick when they go near Laugh Tale, and that's why people thought maybe Roger had a devil fruit, and Buggy got sick, Odin's wife got sick, Toki, was that her name? Or was that the devil fruit's name? Whatever, the girl that could time travel people. But honestly, now I'm having serious doubts about that theory, because, that theory would entail the fact that Luffy would eventually have to lose his devil fruit ability, and his whole thing right now is his devil fruit, him being, Nika, the warrior of liberation. So I don't see Luffy losing his devil fruit anytime soon. And so yeah, most likely they just coincidentally got sick. I don't know what to say. Or I guess they had to get sick for plot reasons anyway, so that Shanks, doesn't end up making it to Raftel and all that. But nevertheless, yeah, I don't think the whole illness theory, devil fruit illness theory with Raftel really makes sense anymore. Reason number 5. The celestial dragons built their homes at the highest point of the world, the Red Line. Now this could be seen as them basically saying that, they're the highest form of life and that's why they're living on top of the world. But them living up there to avoid being swallowed whole by the sea also makes a bit of sense. So I'll give Oda that. Next reason. This next one is personally my favorite one so far. So I've been subscribed to the belief that we were gonna go to the moon, or at the very least somewhere in space, right? Because the celestial dragons, it looks like they're wearing space suits, and Enel colonized the moon, and there was all these theories about the Straw Hats going to the moon. It was crazy, and I was so on board. I was so ready for One Piece in space, and honestly, going into Egghead Island. I thought this was gonna be the arc because, you know, it's the future and whatever, where we're gonna find a rocket ship that can take them to space. And I went from thinking Egghead Island was gonna be the arc that takes them to space to it being the island that basically confirms they're probably not gonna go to space. So yeah, the whole point of reason number 6 is that the celestial dragons are basically wearing scuba diving suits or whatever it is so they can live underwater, right? Editing Akel here. I was doing some critical analysis while editing and I realized like maybe the suits, they just have it on so that they don't have to breathe in the same air as the filthy lower life forms around them, since they are higher life forms. Or maybe it is a suit so they can go underwater. I don't know. I just wanted to throw that thought out there. Actually, I'm pretty sure everyone... Goodbye, whatever. This is not for space, this is for living underwater. I mean, to be fair, it could still be for living in space. Maybe once the world is fully engulfed, they'll colonize space or whatever. But, you know, it can go either way. Reason number 7. Fishmen have been oppressed since the beginning of the series. And that's because the celestial dragons knew that if the world sank, that the fishmen would rule the world, or they would have an insane advantage over everyone else. Now, to be fair, fishmen aren't the only race that have been oppressed in One Piece. You know, there's the Buccaneer, Lunarian, and all that. But we can definitely tell that throughout the show, it's always the fishmen that are being antagonized the most. And I guess it's also fair, because Lunarians have wings, so, you know, if the world did sink, they could still fly. But I don't see how that would be useful if the world is fully submerged. If the red line stays above water, I get why that would be an insane advantage. But assuming even the red line gets engulfed, they have wings and they can't use it if it's wet, you know, and they can't fly forever. They definitely got some sort of stamina. And even if they can't fly forever, they can't land anywhere because everything's underwater. And then if they do go underwater and they cut off their wings or whatever, their whole point of why they're so much stronger than everyone else is their flames. They're basically invulnerable when the flames are on their back. So them going underwater, I don't know if those flames can stay lit underwater, but I don't think that's how fire works. So if anything, if the world were to be fully engulfed, Lunarians would probably have it the worst. But yeah, they were still killed anyways. But I think they were killed because they lived on top of the red line and whatnot. So yeah, Buccaneers were also killed and oppressed. But I think that's because they have a physical advantage inland. And so they had to get rid of them to make sure that there's no race that's physically superior to the celestial dragons. And to be fair, the celestial dragons, they kill everybody. They enslave humans, fishmen, anything. Like, they don't to be fair, they don't discriminate. They be enslaving everyone. So I guess that's pretty woke on their behalf. But yeah, like, the fishmen have been experiencing hate from people outside of the celestial dragons. Like, it's a general consensus, nobody rocks with the fishmen. I have all my reasons listed in front of me, but I just thought of a few. Okay, so another way that... Okay, this isn't even like hidden, okay? Water 7 has been sinking. Like, we've been known that water levels have been rising in One Piece since Water 7. So if anything, not only was this not a secret, but Oda had it like in our faces. You know what I mean? Anyways, so yeah, like again, this isn't something that's out of nowhere. We've been known that the world was sinking. Anyways, my other reason that I have written down is that if the world sinks into the ocean, then the all blue will be created. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I found this on Reddit and I wanted to just add it because, you know, it involves Sanji and I need anything to involve Sanji in a video. Now, here's my thing, right? I was also subscribed to another theory where the One Piece is an ancient weapon that will destroy the red line, eliminate all celestial dragons, and in that process connecting all 4 seas to make the all blue, right? And then Sanji would set up his restaurant there and it'll be like beautiful. You know, technically the all blue will still be created even if the world sinks into the ocean. But I just feel like at that point, is that really the all blue? Like, the planet would be the all blue. Yeah, like the all blue planet, but it just wouldn't be the same. I would much rather have it be the red line being destroyed and connecting all 4 seas together, rather than it being like than it just everything submerging and becoming one ocean. Especially for that to happen, the red line would also have to be swallowed, which would mean, because it's the highest point in One Piece, there would be nothing else left. So unless everybody just lives on pirate ships for the rest of their lives, like I don't like this reason, but I guess it's still there. I just wanted to talk about Sanji. But yeah, it's just impressive that Oda has had this plan for how long now? Like, okay, 1997, 3 years, 24, 27 years, okay? That's just impressive. Like, because as I mentioned in one of my other points, a big issue that other mangaka have is that they just lose sight of the story. And the fact that One Piece is basically, I know there's probably like longer mangas and longer animes than One Piece, but I don't care. Like, speaking like of like the big animes, you know, like worldwide and whatever, it is easily the longest. And if it's not the longest overall, it's top 5 longest animes. And it never lost sight of the goal. And it never lost sight of the storyline either. You know what I mean? And Oda has just been building and building and building and building. So damn, man, like, it's just so impressive. I wanted to make this video to just sort of glaze this guy, give him just a little like sloppy toppy, because that is crazy that he's had this planned for so long. By the way, if throughout the video you see me like looking here the entire time, it's because my Streamlabs is in this corner and I'm looking at my own face. I should have probably put it in the center like this so y'all could just see me and we could talk. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what topic you want me to cover next. And I'll see you all next week.